I'm JB, and this is why I print. My family always wanted a 3D printer, but my personal interest in 3D printing first started as a result of my growing interest in retro cartoons through my studies as an animation student, as well as the popular toy lines associated with those cartoons. These include Transformers, He-Man, G.I. Joe, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, among others. Ever since I was a kid, I've always enjoyed collecting action figures, mainly Star Wars, and it's a hobby that I still enjoy today and have expanded on since my childhood. Unfortunately, until only very recently with toy lines like Transformers Studio Series 86 and Masters of the Universe Origins Cartoon Collection, there weren't many toy lines that were dedicated to actually attempting to recreate classic 1980s character designs from these cartoons in action figure form. That's where 3D printing comes in. With 3D printing, I discovered that I could print out toys and action figures at a relatively low cost of only the price of resin or plastic filament and the price of paid STL files. One 3D designer, known as Toymaker 3D, actively designs 3D printable 1980s Generation 1 Transformers action figures, including my favorite character Bumblebee, as well as Megatron, Optimus Prime, and many of the other characters from the original cartoon roster and toy line. These figures can be printed in parts based on color and assembled relatively easily depending on the size and material you're using. And the best part is, the majority of these files are available completely for free. Another creator I discovered was La Calavera 3D Print, a Patreon designer who offers a paid subscription with a large catalog of available 3D printable action figures, including characters from He-Man, TMNT, Silverhawks, Marvel, and even characters from video games and movies. Recently, this creator even began designing and releasing completely unique toys and action figures, including Raptorian Rexor and King Dracula. My favorite figures so far would definitely have to be either Raptorian Rexor or the cartoon-style Skeletor from Masters of the Universe. Following its first appearance in Star Wars The Acolyte, I was able to find a free 3D printable replica of the Stranger's lightsaber, available on Thingiverse, which I was able to print out long before the first replica was made available for purchase, and before Star Wars or Hasbro were ever able to make an official lightsaber replica of the same hilt. And a free printable version of the lightsaber making its debut in the ongoing Skeleton Crew series is also available on Bambu Lab's Maker World website. A figure I've really fallen in love with recently is this printable and buildable action figure of the character Danboard, originating from the manga Yotsuba and spawning its own unique Japanese toy line. The Danboard character is a notable pioneer of the professional toy photography industry, and is the reason for my own interest in the hobby. Although I never bought an official Danboard figure as a kid, thanks to 3D printing, I was able to make my own for free. If you're interested in any of the figures or creators I mentioned, I highly suggest you check them out on their personal pages. Feel free to check out my Instagram profile for more pictures and reviews of 3D printed action figures and props. Thank you for watching, and this has been Why I Print.